So today we will talk about water. So happy to be here at NOAH and happy to see all of you guys listening. So I'm coming from Wayout International, a company building water microfactories. So it's all about providing local production options for water, drinking water all around the globe. So this is our home, this is where we come from. They call it the blue planet, and there's a reason for that, because it's water everywhere. The problem is that most, or in many areas, water is not safe. And we know today that 1/3 of humanity doesn't have direct access to clean, safe drinking water. Even though people are sometimes living on islands surrounded by water, they don't have safe drinking water. I wouldn't say that the other 2/3 are taking the water like this, but a lot of the other side of the water is actually delivered and distributed in plastic. In some areas, of course, we have piped water, but in many areas we still have to trust the single-use plastic to deliver the water. So every day 1.5 billion plastic bottles are sold and less than 10% are recycled. I returned from Tanzania 2 weeks ago and was at the island of Pemba, moving through the island and saw in the forest it was like covered with plastic. And today there is even snowing microplastic on Antarctica. So what we are trying to do is to find a concept which is better and at least same safety and integrity as the plastic bottle. It has to be convenient, less costly, and so on. So we start by figuring out not to ship the water itself, but produce it locally to reduce the CO2, of course, and the impact on the environment on that. And secondly, we need to find a way to distribute it with a safety, not open pipes going to a dirty vessel and then moving something home. So it has to be safe as well. We have to keep the water with high integrity. And of course, what we are here for is to try to eliminate all the plastic or the single-use plastic. We see tons and tons are growing in areas, whether it's from Africa or South America or in Asia or even here in Europe, we see plastic everywhere. So the concept itself contains of 3 major parts. One of the parts is a microfactory. We can image it like a 3D printer. It's not a 3D printer of water, but it's a good image anyway. We call it a smart pod. It's a microfactory that treats any kind of water, salt, industrial, grey water, river water, anything. And then we turn it into clean H2O and add the necessary minerals to it. And each microfactory is supposed to not be catering for too many people because we want to avoid the last mile delivery at the large stage. So each of these pods cover like 1,000 people's daily need if we are considering 5 liters per day. If it's 2 liters per day, you can calculate yourself. It's like more people, of course. Inside the microfactory itself, we fill vessels, and I will come back to the vessels, but we fill them. But before we fill them, then we make sure that they are clean. So it's a cleaning system inside as well. It cleans, fills, and seal it. We mechanically seal it, and we also seal it digitally. And and everything is connected to the cloud. So it's filled with IoT, so we can check out the production capacities and hygiene factors and everything like that. And we call this a water as a service. So the capex is on our side, is on our balance sheet, and we sell it per liter. So it's to be considered same as you do with the plastic today. You buy it per liter. And for a unit like this on a 5-year contract, we have a profit of about $400,000 and a payback time today at an early industrial phase of 2 years. We're targeting to go down below 1 year, but around 2 years. So the other player in this drama is the keg itself, which is also connected to the cloud. We can check where it is. We can make the last mile delivery as efficient as possible. We can check the hygiene, and it's not tampered with. And when it reached to the final point of consumption, we have something we call a smart tap. It's a dispenser, which is also connected to the cloud, digitally sealed and also mechanically sealed. We get all the consumption data, which is very, very interesting for us, but also for third parties, like government checking if you have compared it with health data and so on. The IT part of this one is also the beginning of a smart smart home. So we can imagine to do other things with the platform itself. That's why other companies like Ericsson, Telenor are interested in what we're doing, bringing the first kind of smart home advice like this. It could be battery connected, it could be solar connected, or it could of course be grid connected. And all of the three players in this drama is connected, of course, digitally through the cloud, and we have apps supporting the consumers. We sometimes refer to it as the friendly water. We can talk to the consumer. We can tell what has been filtered out, we can tell where the source is. We can also tell if people are getting hydrated or not, if you're not consuming enough. And we can also have third-party informations on it. We can connect it to health data and so on. And of course, on our end, we have dashboards checking the performance on all the units delivered out there. For us with high ambition on this journey, and we sometimes like to think about ourselves or dream about ourselves as the Google of water. We know that with a small startup team, even if we are persistent and have good experience in the background, we cannot do that without strong finance, and I'm coming back to that, but also strong partnership. So we signed a deal very early with Alfa Laval that produce our hardware. So we have from day one industrial capacity of building up the hardware, whether it's in India, in China, Malaysia, Brazil, Denmark, Italy, or United States. And the other part is the automation inside. We work heavily, very, very close with Siemens. Siemens is also providing us with other type of support. We are working very closely with them in the Middle East, where they actually have quite interesting project in the face of smart cities. We have projects like NEOM, we have projects like District 2020, which is the end of the World Expo, and we are a part ourselves of the World Expo, the Swedish pavilion. So the pavilion itself will stay after, like the Eiffel Tower or whatever, so they will leave it like a city. And our technology will be put there as a modern type of providing clean drinking water to the people. So we have been happy to be featured in a lot of media. One nice article out in Wired talking about our installation in Serengeti, where we put it at the luxury lodge. They stopped then shipping plastic bottles into the camp. They stopped shipping out plastic bottles from the camp. And last time I was there, they have a big plastic bin for single use. It has been empty for the last 6 months. And now it starts cascading effects. So the rangers comes there and get rid of their plastic. And then we're starting to provide also for future, for school and so on. We've been featured in Business Insider, Wallpaper, and other good magazines. We have also been awarded with a couple of industrial design awards, like Red Dot, Good Design Japan, and Good Design Chicago. And we are very happy about achieving those. We've been also included in some PR activity from our partners, like press releases from Alfa Laval, press releases from Ericsson a couple of times, and also from one of our owners, which is a stock-listed company in Sweden, Instalco. So giving you some idea of the projections, we are talking about reaching in a 2-year time about the revenue of $60 million and being positive on the result in 2024. When we talk about the impact, of course, that's one of the key factor that we are measuring. Is we want to enable us to reach in 2024 to save around 1 billion of plastic bottles per year. We should compare that to 1 billion per day that is produced. So we still are a small player. Our ambition are higher than this, but it gives you a first image. So reaching people around 2 million people in a 2-year time. So we so far funded it from the beginning from the founders itself. We had 2 rounds, seed rounds, and we are currently in a bridge financing, which we basically do together with our current owners. It will be closed end of the year, so we still have some possibility to take in some more capital, but we're done with the target that we had. It's around 3 million euro. And the next year we are preparing for a large scale up. Hopefully this will be on loan, because we found a good agreement with the Swedish government on export credits, and also the Danish export, because because we're producing in Denmark. So hopefully the production of the unit will be from loans, and the growth in terms of building the organization will be from equity. So I would be happy to reach out to the ones that are interested for next year's round. So I will just end like giving you some kind of CGI images how it could look like. So you've all seen these kind of dispensers probably in offices or homes, and I guess 100% of the time they are in plastic. We like to do it in different materials, and ours is connected. So give you some few images. Could be like potential schools, could be homes, could be hotels, hospitality, but we can also see them in refugee camps or in crisis areas. And for that, I would like to thank you for listening to me. Thank you so much. 8 seconds left.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Ulf. Thank you very much.